So, hope everyone's having a
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hope everything having a great day so far. Um, Man, feels like I'm coming back after so long. Feels like I'm coming back after like a month or something, just looking at the charts. Look kind of different. Um, pop out, pop out chat. Get this popping out. Um, looking at GJ here, it's looking kind of interesting to continue moving bearish. This 30-minute candle is about to close, and once it closes, I think we're coming down towards to fill this wick here at 138, 288, and then continuing down to 138, 220. But it just needs to close first because it's very tricky right now. If you look on the daily is rejecting. Daily is rejecting 139. This current daily candle is coming in down bearish. Looking at the 4 hour, the previous 4 hour candle, let me just remove everything here. The previous 4 hour basically created a resistance at 138.750. We had a support forming at 138.500. This 4 hour candle closed bearish, so now there's a very high probability for this 4 hour to continue moving down to fill this wick and then maybe continue on towards 138, 170. So looking at the 1 hour candle, it does seem like we broke this support. This candle broke support. This candle did like a retest, and this candle needs to continue down. So now if we go down to 30-minute time frame, 30-minute needs to flip bearish. Yeah, 30-minute needs to flip bearish. So I think what I'm going to do is basically the target is going to be right down over here, 138, let's say 240. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this low to get broken here on the 30-minute chart. If you can get a low broken on the 30-minute chart, I think that's going to be a good confirmation to continue moving down. So I'm probably going to wait for that. It's going to be like 13, 14 pips away. I think we can continue down towards 138 even. That's like 30 pips away. So basically this is a break and retest on the 1 hour. We broke doing like a retest, and now we're on the smaller time frames are looking for confirmations. And the confirmation is going to be breaking the 30-minute low and then continue moving down. So I'm going to put a line over here for my own understanding, like visual reference. Put a line over there, because if price comes up above 138,500, then we're continuing going up. You know, are you looking for impulse entry? Yeah, something like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens once price comes down over here. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is at 1975. So what's this price? This price is 138,360. So I'm going to keep an eye on this price. 138,360. So as we're going to come down over here, the stop is going to be above the current 30-minute candle. So wherever it breaks the low, the stop is going to be above that candle. So that's what I'm waiting for. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Let's take a look at Forex Factory. Now this week is going to be an interesting week. This week we have a lot of things going on. It's Tuesday, and then we got Wednesday. Wednesday we got ADP. They're aiming for like less numbers here, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Thursday you got interest rates for the pound. Thursday is going to be very very volatile day. Then we got Friday we got NFP. So it's a pretty crazy week here. Pretty crazy week. I think with the bank rates coming up for the pound, they're keeping the rates the same. So who knows what's gonna happen? Oh, okay, we're breaking down here. So at this point, I'm taking a short entry, and my stop is above the current 30-minute candle. stop here above the previous 30-minute candle, and if it continues moving down, then I'm going to bring my stop down towards the current 30-minute candle. So this is an impulse entry right over here. Impulse entries are generally very, very risky. That's why, like, you should be looking at your downside a lot, because impulse entries are once the candle breaks the low. So let's say, for example, let me just pick a correct color here. So this candle, it broke the low of the previous candle, right? For price to move down, they need to make lower highs and lower lows. So since it has broken the low and it has made a lower low, then it shouldn't break the previous candle's high and should continue moving down. That's the whole idea behind impulse entries. So that's why the impulse entries are very, very risky in that point, because it's basically you're taking an entry when price is starting to come down. It's like a sell stop. So yeah, the stop is around, it's okay, it's like 12 pips. That's all right. When you choose to wait for a close and when you enter in impulse entries, that depends, like sometimes when you're feeling like confident, you go for an impulse entry without waiting for the candle to close. But if you're not confident and if you've never done that before, then like, then you don't take impulse entries basically. Let's take a look at this chart here. All right. Ooh, wrong chart. Wrong chart came from the gulag. Damn. Yeah. I had the same exact ID on the last 30-minute candle, not this one, and closed at negative 5 pips. Yeah, let's take a look on the 1 hour here. 1 hour is also good. I mean, this is the last 30-minute candle of this 1 hour. What I'm looking at the 15-minute. If this 15-minute breaks the high of the current 15-minute candle, if it goes above this area, then I'm going to close 50% of my position, right? Because at that point, I'm going to be closing like a smaller, I'm going to making the risk smaller. That's very important. Always looking at the downside. It's always important to look at how can you lose less? How can't you lose more? Making sure you're losing less is really, really important. Where is the gulag? Gulag is you are in the gulag. Someone on YouTube asked, where is the gulag? Oh, wrong chart. What's going on here, man? People are sending wrong charts here. Come on. Send some correct charts. Hey, new month and I increased my lot size, but increasing it affected my trades mentally. What do you recommend to do gain confidence when increasing lot sizes? I think if you've increased lot sizes, I think you've increased them to a significant amount. I think keep not increasing them with a significant amount is really, really important. So maybe just chill. Maybe don't increase them as much as you wanted to maybe. Raja, do you already open sell position? Have I already opened a sell position? I don't know yet. Not sure. Um, why would you not wait for support 138,366 to be broken before entry? Yeah, so you can do that. So you can do two things, right? What I've done is I've taken an impulse entry once the candle broke the low. What you can do is you can wait for the 30-minute to close and then you can take the trade. But when you're going to wait for the 30-minute to close, there are two things that can happen, right? The one thing that can happen is that the 30-minute can close and then the next one can continue moving down, or this 30-minute can continue moving down without giving you an entry. So, either you can miss a trade and then see how you could have taken the trade, or you can be in the trade that, okay, well, there are some confluences and I took the trade. Pretty sure gold is just going to range till ADP. Pretty sure. Gold is in a tight range again. Look at that. Look at this tight ass range in gold. This is what gold does best. Gold ranges and then it just moves. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator over here and let's see what we got. Chinese indicator is saying pound is really weak and yen is strong. What does this mean? This means that the pound yen should be going down, right? So this sell was taken based on price action, but now this Chinese indicator, it's on our side as well. So it kind of like, okay, well, using this as confluence now that, okay, when sell is starting to move down, it's breaking the low, so there's a high probability for it to continue moving down. Since it's broken the low over here, I'm going to bring my stop, so I'm going to bring my stop around, the high of the current 30-minute candle, which is going to be at 138.460. Hey, what about Magic Keys shipping? Yes, they'll be shipped by this Friday. How many confirmations do you typically look for to enter a trade? Just curious. Well, basically, I look at if the candles are going in my direction, right? The daily candle was bearish, 4-hour was bearish, 4-hour has a wick fill here at 138.290. 1-hour was bearish, 30-minute had to wait for the low to be broken, and that's it. I took the entry. This trade is valid in break and retest perspective too. Yes, based on the 1-hour, this is a valid break and then retest and then continuation down. So we should be coming down towards 138, 238. So, like this is the 4-hour wick fill till here, 138, 290. This is the 4-hour wick fill. And then we got continuation towards 138, 240. Would you say you are also a momentum trader since you wait for the NY push? No, not really, but I look for high volume. I look for high volume. Whenever there's a high volume, there's going to be big candles. My entire aim is to catch big candle trades. That's my entire aim. If there's going to be a big candle forming, or if I know there's going to be a big candle forming, I'm going to try to take that trade. So while we're moving in pre-New York and we have the low being broken and we had consolidation there, look, we had a move down at London Open, price consolidated, and now I'm banking on the fact that the pre-New York is going to start pushing price down again. Do you use FX Book? No, I don't use my FX Book. You're learning when you come into the stream and already taken the same trades as. Oh, very nice. Would you consider taking partials at the wick fill? Yes. So right now, since price is approaching some support, see this? This is a very important area now. This is a support. We don't know whether this candle is going to close below support or close above support. So at this point, I'm going to be looking at this very closely, right? It's because if this support holds, price may start ranging here till New York opens. You'll have to wait. Okay, let me just send the link to another place here. Yeah, gold is just gonna range. Why you don't have a support draw at 138, 360? Maybe I missed the explanation. Oh no, there is a support. I didn't draw that support because I understand there's a support. So I'm expecting the volume to continue moving down since we broke the low here. So I'm expecting price to continue down here. Is it a good moment to close 50%? It's up to you. You want to close 50%? You close 50%. You want to close 100%? You close 100%. You want to leave the entire thing open? You leave the entire thing open. Euro USD 30-minute broke the previous resistance. Okay, new support form. Waiting for a retest. Waiting for the retest to make. Oh, looking for buys. Okay, so you're basically looking for price to create a support to continue going up. I think that's a good idea. You're waiting for support to form. So you're waiting for some sort of a bullish candle to form there. Do you have any advice for holding trades? I tend to cut them early. Yeah, just leave a runner run. Close whatever you want to close and then leave a runner running. And that runner may, go into profits. What's the Chinese indicator you pulled up? That's a joke. That Chinese indicator is a joke. Don't take this thing seriously, man. This is just confluence. I looked at price action. I saw, okay, we may continue moving down, and I took the sell. And then I looked at the Chinese indicator. It said pound is weak, yen is strong. So I was like, okay, makes sense. So I'm going to be holding a mentorship class on how to use the Chinese indicator. It's going to be like $5,000 a minute. $5,000 a minute, and then you'll be able to learn the Chinese indicator. Because if they... All right, we're moving down over here. Someone's going to pay $5,000 a minute. I know that for sure. I know that. Probably Warren Buffett's grandson or granddaughter might pay it. Someone's saying that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, I think so too. It's a reasonable price. So at this stage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my stop down, and I'm going to bring the stop above the current 30-minute candle, because now price should have no business coming back up, right? Price should have no reason to come back up. If it comes back up, then this analysis is completely wrong. It's garbage analysis, It should continue moving down. We're coming down to these wicks. These wicks are destinations. It should continue down here because, we got clean candles here. So, yeah, we're in this. Someone's saying no wick on the 15-minute. Yeah, that's fine. We took the trade based on the 30-minute, so we're going to wait for the 30-minute to close, obviously, right? I mean, the thing is, when you see small issues on the smaller time frames, please don't be a bitch and close your trades. If you're going to be a bitch and close your trades, just close like partials. Let the rest run. So, if you're getting scared that the smaller time frames are kind of like not showing the things you want to see, just close a little bit. Close like 50%, close like 80%, and let the rest run. Yeah, gold is just ranging, man. Gold is in lockdown right now. Raja, watch your mouth. No, it's okay. I'm just watching now. I'm done trading from London Open. Raja, you really changed people's mindset. I'm now very confident in my trades. Oh, nice. Ooh, look at that thing go, man. This thing is going to continue down towards 138, 238. Let me just adjust this take profit down over here. Jeez, come on. Yeah, we're going to come down. Up 4% for the day. Oh, nice. So this is going to be a point where the 4-hour wick is getting filled, right? 4-hour wick is getting filled right over here. So at this point, well, okay, it got broken here. So this is where you could secure some positions, secure like 50%, 70%, and let the rest run. And it may continue down as it is, and there we go, guys. Beautiful. I got 10 pips in the bag and I'm closing right over here. I just closed 80% of my position is right over here. 80%. So there you have it. Profitable trade again this morning. You know, if people on YouTube, you came and took this trade, give a like on the stream, man. This is free money today. Free money. I entered the trade, told everyone a great example of stress-free trading with stops identified, take profits identified, everything identified. You know, just leave a runner running at this point, and you know, maybe hey, this may continue moving further on. So, you know, put your stops at break even and let it go. How much was this? What did we get over here? Yeah, almost 10 pips, 10, 11 pips, right? That's it. Someone made $120. You know how much I made? I made $225. $225. God damn. 225. Yeah, man. I took a break Monday. Monday was a busy day. Came back Tuesday and successful scamming again. Scammed everybody for a small move. Yeah, thanks, Raja. I'm out. Gonna let the runner run. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Don't overtrade. That's it. That's it, man. Don't overtrade. Don't over leverage, and just that's how it goes. You know, we took an impulse entry. Well, I took an impulse entry because there's no we, right? There's me, you, and everyone else. I took an impulse entry. Now, this is the thing when you wait for candles to close. This is what we were talking about earlier, you know? When you wait for candles to close, it may continue moving or it may give you an entry. That's the thing I know about GJ. So it broke the low. I took an impulse entry, had my stop loss. I kept talking about how to reduce risk and this and that. And, you know, like price went where it went, indicated where I'm closing. I mean, it was a very good trade. He keeps saying there's no we. He's like breaking up with me. Yeah, I do it every day, man. Every day, free money. Free money for everybody. What spread do you have? I don't understand how you got easy 10 pips because my spread is like, oh wow, yeah, you have high spread, my guy. Your spread is really high. My spread is like 1.4, 1.5. Yeah, that's how big my spread is. How do you know when to take impulse entries and how to wait for candles? It's experience, man. It's experience. Are you done for the day? Yes, one trade a day. I've changed my plan. My plan is now to take one trade a day instead of 1 to 2 trades a day. Soon my plan is my plan went from 10 trades a day to 5 trades a day to 2 trades a day. Now it's at 1 trade a day. Maybe next month it's going to be no trades a day. No trades today, guys. We're super disciplined. We're not making any money, we're not giving any money away. How do you sync TradingView with MT4? So no, you can't. You can't. I have my laptop. There's a laptop here on the side I have on this table. You can't see it because my room is getting in the way. Hello, Raja, leader from the Gulag has a chart for you. Oh, the Gulag leader has a chart for us. Gulag leader sent $4.99. I hope YouTube sends that money to someone deserving here. What's this? GJ at 30 minutes. Looking for price to retest and sell on bearish candle confirmation after the retest. Okay, so you're waiting for this area to break down. Yeah, so this is a support here. Price tapped into a support. So you're missing a support right over here. This this is an area of support here, right? So you need to keep that in mind. Something I have here too. This area. This is an area of support. So price needs to break this area to continue moving down. Okay, if you look at this trade, the first retest bearish, the other candles didn't break that high, so this trade makes sense. Yeah, this trade made sense. The buys were above 138.500. If price didn't go up there, then there were no buys basically. You know, sells were based on the 1 hour. We talked about this as well. Looked for confirmation on the 30-minute and took the trade. Didn't really care about the 15-minute because 15 minutes small time frame, right? Lower confirmation time frame basically. Oh, looks like someone's getting in their car over there. How's the new house treating? Pretty good. Still moving in. Got some work to do. Do I have a runner running? No, I have no runners running. Hey, what's the difference between the break of the low you did and the breaking of the previous low that didn't really go anywhere? The difference is because, I don't know, this candle closed like a small doji candle. This broke down. I don't know about this one. This one, I wasn't looking at the charts. I was looking at the charts, but I saw this break. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait a little bit more. And then I saw the chart again because I was getting out of bed. Literally, I was walking out of bed. I saw the chart. I saw this candle break the low. I'm like, okay, it looks interesting. Let me just go brush my teeth. And as I was brushing my teeth, I looked at it again. It went bullish. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, okay, we'll just wait. You know, and then I came to the charts, started off the stream, turned on my systems everywhere, and saw this and took the sell and continue on. Any advice for taking impulse entries? Yeah, it's don't. I mean, I would say look for interest entries for the next month, 2 months. You know, this may seem like a long time frame, but it's basically not. You have to see. I mean, sometimes you know when you miss trades because you know price doesn't do a retest. This is what it is. When you miss trades, you get so frustrated missing trades that you start to identify that okay, how could I have taken an impulse entry? And that's about it. You know, so if you had runners running, your runners may have gotten stopped out by this retracement. So let me put up over here. Trade 1, GJ sells plus 10 pips. I got 10 pips. I got 10 pips. I actually got 15 pips because I had a better entry right over here. That was a very risky entry. I'm only using one lots here. Let's make this a little bigger. 24. Yeah, there we go. Only had one trade. Any advice on taking impulse entries, or it's just feeling? It's experience. It's not feeling. It's experience. I don't trade on feeling. I don't trade because I feel like it's going to break it. I trade on because I've seen it happen a lot of times. Because there's experience involved over there. There's no feeling in trading. You can't touch a candle and you can feel it going, ooh, yeah, this is bearish. Ooh, no, you can't do that. Can't do that. You gotta, like, you know, it's experience. Man, if you trade on a feeling, market's gonna make you feel a lot of things, and it's not gonna be nice. I have. Are you okay? I am perfect. Let's take a look at this chart here. Someone sent the EJ chart. All right. This is your JPY 30-minute chart. If support created, we can go up to 125, 107. Okay, 125, 107. 30-minute, kind of like rejecting, retracing. Let's take a look here. Euro JPY. Euro JPY daily. Daily is extremely bullish. We can still continue up to 125, 200. Looking at the 4 hour. Looking at the 4 hour, we broke above a resistance here, right over here, 124, 800. We broke above this resistance. This one is coming down, so we got to go down to smaller time frames now. Let's go down to 1 hour time frame. 1 hour is coming back down to the support, right? This is the support it's coming back down to. It's also creating a resistance right over here on the 1 hour, right? Because candles are reversing, so whenever candles are reversing, they create like a resistance, right? Let's go down to the 30-minute. 30 minutes also coming down. So this is now in a range, right? This is a range right over here. This is an 18 pip range. So, ooh, look at this, man. This is continuing moving down. Are we going to come down to 138, 240? Damn, crazy. What a move there. So basically, Euro JPY is coming back down to this to this like ranging area. This is a very difficult to trade range, right? Look at this. This is a 1 hour range over here. So if you can find some sort of a, yeah, 15 minutes garbage, 30-minute, yeah, I don't know. Like if you can find some sort of support forming in this area, then you can expect the volume in New York Open to continue price bullish, right? But if price closes back below 124,900, then it's range. Then you gotta wait for the support to break to continue down, or then you gotta, I mean, this range is gonna be no trade range. This will be a no trade range unless you know you get a candle closing in and then this becomes a fake out. You know, that's gonna be good. Hey, I want to share something which helped me focus on the trade and not on the money. I make the trade window at MetaTrader small, so I just see the pips. I think this could help anyone who has issues with it. Okay, let's take a look here. So basically, okay, so you've made the trade window really small. Yeah, it looks good, looks good, looks good. I think that's a good idea. I just look at candles. I just don't look at the chart at all. I just look at the price and look at the candle and I see how I can like really reduce my risk. What lot size I can use with the 5K account? On a 5K account, you can use zero point 0.5, you can use point, point, 0.25, you know, 0.5, 0.25. Do you think this resistance will be retested? Let's take a look here. This chart, someone's in buys on your JPY. Do you think this is, yeah, looking left, you got clean candles. I mean, on the 30-minute, you can see some more information here, but as GBP is coming down, so this should be coming up, you know, because it's inversely related. So, yeah, it should be, this should work out. So basically, you should be now bringing your stops down over here below the 1 hour candles, you know, to make a thing small. So 30-minute candle closed bearish. Now, you know, this 30-minute candle has a higher probability to continue moving down, you know. Yeah, I said 0.5, not 4.5, I meant 0.5. Guest on Friday, not sure. We're still looking to see. Maybe we're gonna get Todd. Might get Todd on. Todd, the guy who hosts the London session. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This chart is entry was based on candle forming like a hammer. Oh, you took a sell over there. Yeah, I guess you should have waited. Yeah, on the 30-minute there was no sell. Price came in profits. You could have put it at break even or whatever. So yeah, I mean, candles were all bullish. Whenever you take a loss, always look to see how you could have reduced that loss. Sometimes a loss is going to happen and you're like, oh man, like I don't know why it happened. So always look to see how you can reduce the loss. What broker does Raja use? I use Vantage. I use Vantage FX. Do you consider RSI indicator in your entry? No, I don't use RSI indicator. I don't use any indicators, man. I mean, what you see on the chart is here what I use. I mean, sometimes people think there's something secret I'm using. No, not really. No secrets here. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is next sell if price breaks and closes below this area. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. I think you can also have a sell below this gray line you have here on GJ. Some people are saying the secret to trading is mangoes. No, I switched. This is the new secret here. Oasis. This is Oasis exotic mango juice. You guys can see it? Yeah, exotic mango. Oasis exotic mangoes. So if you have a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, just grab one of their juices from the fridge, man. It's gonna give you some power. It's gonna give you brain power. Before you become consistent, do you look at chart during the gym? Oh yeah, man. Before I became consistent, I used to look at the charts all the time. In the gym, doing grocery shopping, at the barber sometimes. My barber would say, man, what are you doing? Uh, every, like all the time. But now I only look at the charts while I'm here with you guys, and in the Asian session when I send my analysis. How do you manage risk per trade? Watch all of my streams, and you'll see how I manage risk. In every stream, we talk about how to manage risk. Ooh, looks like your JPY is doing a fake out over here to continue moving down. Okay. Yeah, man. Looks like it's doing a fake out here, because if it's doing a fake out, and if it does break below the support, let's make this a little bit thinner. How much do you risk per trade? How much do you risk per trade? I risked around 0.2% in this trade. I didn't risk a lot. I risked 0.2%. I used one lots basically. Have been trading for 4 months and haven't made a constant profit. What do you advise I do? I would advise, man, if you've been trading for 4 months and you don't have consistent profit, I think you need to bring this up with your mentor. You need to tell them, hey man, listen, I've been with you for 4 months. I don't have any profits. What's going on? If people in my groups, they ask me that all the time, and I just tell them what I have to tell them. Post charts, send charts. If you're taking losses, send that chart so we can see what's going on. Because if you're just taking losses, if you're in the dark, just sitting there by yourself taking losses and wondering why you're taking losses, that's all on you, because you're not using the resources with you. I mean, we have groups, you have support, you have my undying support, I mean, when you sign up for some groups and stuff like that, Forex is like a sport. When you start a new sport, you get a coach, the coach watches you play, and the more the coach watches you play, the better he's going to be able to help you. But if the coach doesn't watch you play, then it gets very difficult to help people. Do you decide how much risk percentage based on the price kind of setup? No. The risk is defined whenever I come to the charts. No, before I come to the charts. Before I come to the charts, I know exactly how much I'm going to be risking. So when I came to this charts, I knew I'm not going to be risking more than $150. Because after I bought the property, I'm kind of broke, right? So don't wanna risk a lot of money here. So I knew exactly how much I'm going to be risking. Learn from your mistakes and keep showing up. Keep trying to be better yourself in all aspects. So, yeah, man, exactly. Like people who come on to these streams, people who've been coming to these streams for the past 6 months, 8 months, I can 100% guarantee that you have seen some sort of improvement in your trading. If not a lot, but there has been some sort of improvement in your trading. Don't you consider the fundamentals of US dollar when you trade? No, I don't look at fundamentals at all. Not at all. I don't even know what's going on. All I know is that Trump is trying to postpone the elections. That's all I know. He's trying to postpone the elections. That's it. How many pairs do you trade? I trade one pair, GJ, and then maybe gold sometimes. But now gold is really hard to trade because gold is ranging. This range is between 1977 and 1972, which is around 54 pips. It's very difficult to trade gold. We got some very high volatile news coming in on gold, so we'll have to kind of wait, see what happens. You've definitely improved. Oh, nice, man. Nice. People have seen progress here on YouTube. The Gulag has seen progress. Oh, wrong chart. Looks like no progress here. Come on, man. We got a bunch of new people here or what? If you skip trade because something happened in family, how you feel? Oh, how you feel? Nothing. I feel about the family. I don't care about the trades. If something happened in my family and I missed a trade, I'm worried about what's going on in my family. I'm not worried about what's happening in trading, man. So, yeah, I'll feel pretty bad if something happens in the family, to tell you the truth. And what kind of question is that? Why do gurus recommend that you should not trade in August? I don't know, man. This is August, and I'm going to be trading the entire August, so we'll see what happens. We'll see why gurus say don't trade in August. Um, all right, let's take a look at this. Euro JPY buy signal. We have a buy signal coming in on Euro JPY. Oh no, man. This is exactly what I don't condone in trading. The the candle is moving bearish and you're taking a buy. Why? Why is that happening? You need to wait for candle to close bullish. You know, you need to wait for candle to close bullish. You need to ask yourself, how many times has candle moved down and you've taken an opposite trade and it has worked? You know, sometimes it does work, you know, but most times it does not work. So the best thing to do would be to wait for candle to close bullish and then take a trade. Because look at this, right? Even though your fib is right over here and your fib is telling you to take a buy, whatever, right? You have a resistance here, and this candle came back below this resistance, you know? So you gotta wait for candle to close bullish to continue going up. So there's a very high chance this Fibonacci can fail you if you're taking that entry. So we're gonna wait and see what happens here. Yeah, someone's drawing these raining clouds over here too. Raja teaches some important principles. My trading has improved. I take my profits in only 2 to 3 trades a day. Oh, nice. That's it. Only 2 trades a day. 2 to 3 trades a day. Need candle out of the zone. Yes. That's what I said, whoever that is. Silent Ninja. Silent Ninja is guiding us in your JPY. All right. Oh, Uncle Ted. Hey, Uncle Ted, you can unmute yourself. All right, let's take a look at this chart. Oh, yeah, man, this thing you gotta, I don't know, we'll see. It just doesn't look too good, that buy. Entry of support is respected. Yep, looks good. You still have some zone over here. This is a 30-minute chart. You have this whole area of consolidation. This is entire consolidation. So you would need price to break above this level here to continue moving up. So you have consolidating over there. So you'll have to wait. You, yeah, you'll have to wait a little bit longer. What subscription are you using on TradingView? I don't know. The cheapest one? It was the cheapest one I got. I'm not sure which one is that, but it was the cheapest one. Basically, I signed up for the free trial, and 2 days before the free trial ended, I decided to cancel. So when I canceled, TradingView said, "Oh, no, 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 no. Since you're gonna cancel, here we're gonna give you a deal." So they gave me a deal, and I took it. I think it was like $50 for the whole year or something. Hey, trading on my phone and watching the television, so I can't send a chart, but looking at GP and ZD. Okay, looks good, looks good. No chart, no analysis. Hey, would you be bullish on AUD CAD? You need to send a chart. You need to send a chart. Are you expecting the daily to continue bearish? Now we have broken the previous day's close. Yeah, I mean, so if the daily can go wherever, if you look on the daily is going bearish. There's not much structure for bearish. But on the 4 hour and on the 1 hour, we see that we're approaching a support down at 138.240. So this is a strong support where price is reaching right now. Oh, someone took a winner on GU too. Oh, look at that, man. Damn. We finally reached that We reached that area over there. And your JPY is still coming down, man. We're looking how the fibs are really not working for you, my friend. Who was this? Brindy272. Brindy272, when will you learn? You need to learn for candles to close in your direction instead of relying on Fibonacci's blindly. I mean, there's a bit of thinking involved, right? This is a sell coming below support. I think you'll need to wait for it to break and then create like some sort of a retest or whatever. We're gonna go back here. A close below 138.250 on GJ could be a good sell setup. Yeah, I think you'll need to see a break and then a retest in this area to continue moving down because um, the move has already happened here. You know, this was the move happened here, moving down. So if you take a sell over here and you expect price to continue moving down, now you're expecting price to continue moving down. You know, and price will not always move in one way, just keep on moving, right? So since this is a strong support, I mean, if someone's still looking for sells and if you're not in this position, I would say wait for a potential retest to continue down. But if price doesn't do a retest, then I guess you're going to learn the lesson of taking the trade right over here instead of, you know, now taking an impulse trade over here at the support. Hope that answers your question there. What's this? Feedback will be great for EJ. I took earlier. My question would be, how can I improve my entry? Okay, let's take a look here. Where will be the safest second chance for this trade? What's the support formation here? If the support is broken, buy position is invalid. Okay, I will be very conscious around this zone. The entry you took at this middle of the range, the loss can you minimize? Okay, so you took a buy here. What happened? You took a buy here, you got stopped out, or what happened here? We need that information. Why don't you close your position on trading if you said you closed everything? Okay, there you go. I'll close it. I think Ted can mute himself, man. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I couldn't.
Yeah, like he's got his hand raised. One person is mute. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I was just about to say the EJ trade. I don't agree with it either. I was thinking it's similar to what we've seen previously. Is we have to have candles leave that zone first before we actually think that it's going to be a valid buy. To be honest. So if people are doing that, just it's the same thing you said. It just takes two. There's no confirmation. I don't know why people do that. Like with the Fibonacci, if Fibonacci is telling you something and then the candles were pointing in the direction of the buy, then I would agree. So say for example, you have this candle here, right? I think this idea right here, right? This candle, we're going bullish. We hit like the 61 fib, which everyone loves so much. Then I would say, yeah, you take a buy up to, you know, like maybe up to the zero there as an example. But this fib, it doesn't make any sense. You have a swing high on a swing low, a swing high to swing low on a 30-minute chart. That's very, very difficult for you to to handle. And the thing is, it's already telling you exactly what it has. Is this you're tapping down to this area anyways with 61.8, but that doesn't mean it's going to stop. This would be if you're taking a sell down to here, then you would probably want to close out here, not taking a buy to go back up afterwards. So try to be careful with that. I mean, it can work, but in the long term, I mean, you're playing with fire, because if it just continues to rally down, you then end up blowing your account. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, the thing is that candles are not in your direction right now.
Yeah.
So it gets, I mean, I just don't even know, but I'm going to keep this up.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people like using those additional indicators, which is great. It's just if the candles aren't in your direction, you just got to be very, very cautious. I hate seeing that kind of trade because you're basically trying to call the bottom of that zone, and you want to be careful with that. Just be cautious. That's all. Yeah, GJ should fall all the way till I've got it going down to 137,900. Rationale behind that is if you go to the hour chart on 130, you have basically this candle here, and now this candle is going to do pretty much the same thing at that point. So that's what I saw. So we should continue to go all the way through that. Obviously, like Raja said, we have a little bit of issue over here, but if that breaks through, then we should come down. Just looking at the way all the candles are sort of competing with each other at that point. So if you're in the trade, you should be good. Probably initial spot, I think you might have trouble at 138, 100. And then from there, we'll be down to 138 and 900, around there, like 915, 920. So just be cautious with the trade. But if you're in the trade right now, you should be good. And that's going off the new hour candle, right? So the new hour candle pulled up, started to dip below, and then the 15-minute candle started to drop into that zone. So if it breaks through that zone that Raja talked about, we should my stop loss is in profit now. So my stop loss to 1 pip, and I'll let this go because I'm 7 pips deep now.
Ooh, you're in the same trade?
Yes, sir. Yeah, when you said this close, I was opening. Just because we have that hour candle rejection on the upside, so I figured if we're going to push through, this will probably give us a nice drop once we break through that zone. It could potentially retrace all the way back, like you were saying, but I'm willing to take that shot. This 15-minute candle, if we break below the that zone, the next 15-minute candle starts, we're going to shut that off. So it's a little tight the trade, but
Yeah, this was a pretty solid move here from this morning. Ooh, people still got their runners running. Very nice. Someone said gold is flying. I don't know whether gold is flying or dying. Looks like it's dying over here. It's not flying. And this is going to be a great example how Fibonacci's do not work when price action is not on your side. Hey, all good to give good thoughts on price action. All right, let's give our thoughts on price action here. Thoughts on probable price action. Where do you find gold news? Forexfactory.com. Ooh, man, GJ is running and destroying places here. If people have runners running, this could be at least 20 pips deep right now. Damn, 20 pip runners for everybody. Whoever's holding up right now. So nice. Yeah. The only problem is that once we're breaking this support now, you have some issues. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This issue right over here.
yeah, people are saying my mic's messed up, but that's what I was talking about too, that issue right there. That'll be, I think, to 30-minute close. We'll get down that at the 30-minute close, and then it'll pull all the way back up. So if you're coming in at 30 minutes and you're deep, you may close at that point.
Oh, they're saying they can't hear you. It's perfectly fine. Oh, now say something. Hello? Okay, yeah, it's good now. Man, the chat goes crazy. They just go. Um, yeah, everything's fine. But yeah, this thing should continue. Yeah, this is the area. This is problematic area here, around 138.
I might close at 10 pips.
What are your thoughts on GJ 4-hour candle close? 4-hour candle is going to close in an hour and a half. My thoughts are it's going bearish. Those are my thoughts. Honestly, I'm not even worried about where the 4-hour candle is closing. All I'm looking at is that we're coming down. We should be coming down towards 138, 100, or in this vicinity over here. And if someone's looking for sells, I think the sells are going to be right over here. Maybe like a retest for a continuation below this area, maybe. Yeah, if I missed this trade and if I'm looking for sells, I may want to look for a retest at 138 200-ish to take a sell down. But since I already took a sell, I'm not looking for another trade. Easy win.
I've been very cautious with this trade here because this candle could pull all the way back at any given time in one of these zones. So like that first target that Rakeel pointed out at 138.90, I think that's like your initial safe target. And then as we continue to go down, it gets a little bit scarier and scarier at that point.
I have a problem. I have always my stops a bit big, like 14 to 17 pips and TP at 10 pips. I think you need to send a chart, Jonathan. You need to send a chart on what you did, where your entry was, to look at better.
Yeah, so we're approaching that zone. So if you're in this trade, I think I'd be looking to potentially close out around here. I closed out my trade, so it was just a 15-minute trade. So I was in at 136.261, and I closed out at 138.164. So 10 pips. Basically, 10 pip win with a 2 pip drawdown.
Nice.
And that was just waiting for the hour candle to create the wick up and then having it push through this area here and then eventually to this area here. So you can sort of see where we start to tap.
Every time I take a trade in Asian session, it loses, but during New York session, it wins. Why? I would say just stop trading the Asian session so you can always win. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, the Asian session, people don't understand, is very tough because you have competing information. You're trying to set up the new daily candle, but you're also having people close out from the previous day. So you have a lot of range and a lot of consolidation before it breaks out. Your moves typically are a lot smaller. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are good moves, but for the most part, you have to be very careful. And I think what you should be watching for with the Asian session is continuations of the previous daily candle, usually in the middle of the week. So if you're at the beginning of the week with the Asian session, good luck. It's not a very healthy session to trade. Once again, just because there is a session running doesn't mean that you should be involved in it. It's similar to trading the afternoon in the North American session. It is available for you to trade. It moves very slow. There's no volume, so you may get stuck in trades that you don't want to be in. I used to do that a long time ago. It didn't make sense for me. As you start trading more often, you'll start to realize what makes the most sense, and it's usually the sessions with the highest volume and the best predictability.
I planned this trade. So someone planned this trade this morning, didn't take the trade. This says 4, so I'm guessing this is the 4-minute chart, maybe the 4-hour chart. I don't know. I think you should have still taken the trade. If you had FOMO, I guess you were looking at your lots were too high. So yeah, at least take a trade with a smaller position so you can build up some sort of confidence in taking trades. Let's take a look at this chart here. If this is a liquidity grab, shouldn't we look further to the left? What's the question? So what about this? How does this information relate to where price is over here? I don't think I understand the question. So this is the area we mapped out where price may head down to. This is the area of support. And that's about it. We're not even looking all the way to the left over there. Shouldn't we go through there? Yeah, so we got support over here, then you got a support right down over here, and then obviously if we break this area, then the next level of support is somewhere over here, because this is where price was consolidating. So I would say maybe focus on in this area right here, focus on what's happening in this area here, rather than worrying about what's over here. I'm never worried about what happened, a day ago, 2-3 days ago. I'm always worried about where can I have an entry and where can price go with respect to what I can see on the left. In the morning when I took this sell, my whole idea was that okay, we have a clean candle here to the left. So if I take a sell here, we can potentially come down to this point. If we break below this point, then we can go down to this point, and that's it. That's the only thing that was going through my mind, and nothing more, nothing less. Once we break this, then obviously once we break this, then obviously we start to look further. Okay, we may start to come down over here. But that was about it. That was my trade. Took the trade. I understand the trade. It went further on. It is what it is.
Yeah, so with people looking for a trade right now, it's gonna get pretty dicey in this area here. So I'd be probably looking for positions below this zone over here, in anticipation of the North American Open. This is where you get stuck as a trader without understanding the timing of the market. This trade here basically came down to this zone, right? We always make an approximation. We never say it can hit the exact point. We don't aim for that. But now this is the importance of candle closing. This candle now being the new 30-minute candle, it could pull back a little bit more because we're running into the North American session open at 8 a.m. So if you think about this candle may be a fake out. This 30-minute candle may push up so that the new hour candle then just drives down and continues the current trend. So be aware of that. The opposite to that discussion is this may create a support. This 30-minute candle may start, and then we may start our ascent up. For all you people that love trend lines, that might be the trend. You know, we just might not break below this line here, and we might start to go up here. So that's why trading below this area here into this place here is probably safer, because you do have a clean move here, but we're not fighting this information right over here. I don't want to play with that. If I'm already in the trade, my stop loss would be right over here, because I would have taken a trade right over here, watching this candle reject on the anticipation that we're going to break to this candle over here and have a clean move. Even though we have this zone here, the idea once again is it's probably going to break through just because of the momentum and where we are in the overall session. You know, we're coming to the middle of the London session, but we're also starting the North American session. So there was a high probability that it would break. If you were in the trade from here, you could then say, yeah, I'm comfortable closing out at this point here. So those are sort of how you'd manage that. With this trade here, I'd be looking to take a trade obviously below this zone here. I'd want this candle to flip down, wick, and then just drive through. And then you would obviously break through here, coming to this area here. What you would see is you would have this clean move here. It would be mirrored over here. So that's what you'd be doing. But combining all the time frames, we're coming to a pivotal part of the market. So you have to be aware of multiple things to take an opportunity at that point. So just be very, very cautious. We see this move happen a lot where this will complete and we'll get a mirror candle push through. That's fine. But like I said, I don't want to be trying to take trades up in this area here before the North American Open. If I'm already in a trade, that's different, but I don't want to try and take a trade at this point. It may be difficult unless you're looking at your smaller time frames, your 5 and your 15, and you're comfortable. You know, obviously at this point you could say, hey, I'm going to place my stop over here. I'm comfortable taking a trade, and I'm going to see if it can pull down. But there's a high probability that it could get stopped. I'm okay with that. I'll keep re-entering, having this as my stop loss at that point. And my stop loss is really tight because once it runs, it's just going to run right down to this point here, and I'm good. So those are the opportunities that you would take, and that's how you would approach the market. It depends on what your risk is. For me personally, I don't like getting stopped out 10 times in a row. It doesn't do me any good. So I would rather wait to see how we form next hour. Some people want to get in earlier and they don't mind getting stopped out 3 or 4 times before they catch that one trade that drives them down, 20 or 30 pips. That's fine as well. It's your comfort level.
All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is too much to look at right now while the market is live. Who is this? AI? Send this to me on Slack. Yeah, that's too much to look at since we're looking at the live market. And we look here, your JPY continue moving down after that fake out, And a great example of how Fibonacci's won't work if the candles are not in your favor. So I guess you learned a valuable lesson here, whoever took this trade. How do you get buy sell on the top left corner of TradingView? Oh, I have no idea. This just one day I opened TradingView, it was there. I guess it's their update or something. Any particular reason you stopped trading USD CAD? Yeah, I started trading GJ. I had to trade one pair. Um, Gold is doing what's doing. Your JPY. Oh, we were right about this fake out on your JPY. Coming down. Alright, let's take a look at this chart here. This is entry on 1 minute shift of structure. Yeah, looks good. You're in profits. This is GA 15-minute chart. Price coming down, you have a stop loss over there. You know, since price has already moved now, this is the thing, right? Price has moved from this consolidation area, it has moved down. What it's doing right now, it's creating a low. So whenever price is breaking down from a consolidation area, it's going to make a low. And whenever a low is formed, there's a very high chance that that low is going to get retested. So if it's making a low over here, there's a very high chance it may retrace and then continue down to retest the low. Kind of like the same thing that's happening on GJ right now. But people who are in sells on GJ, they're right in the sells, but who are not in the sell right now, they're probably waiting for price to create a low, create a resistance, and then take the sell to retest the low. That's what they're looking at. So it should work. Oh, your entry was here. Candle formed resistance after retesting and broke support, so I took an entry. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I think your stop loss should have been above. I mean, you can't see anything here because the chart is too small, but your stop should have been above the previous candle on the 30-minute here. Yeah, your stop you should have had some sort of confidence in having the stop above the previous candle and then taking the trade. Because I think you had it on the 15-minute, so that's why it didn't work. So I guess having on the 30-minute would have been much better. Let's take a look at this chart here. This could be a clean move down if price breaks below this level. GP CAD, yep, could be a clean move down. And again, at this point, I'd be looking for maybe a resistance forming at this support here, support and resistance. So break down, retest, and then continue moving down. That's what I would want to see. Let's take a look here, GP CAD. Oh yeah, seems like it is kind of like creating this minor resistance here, GP CAD on the 30-minute chart. Looking at it on the 1 hour, 1 hour is coming down, 30-minute can continue further down, maybe towards this area here, 1.74300. Let's look on the 15-minute. 15-minute is also breaking down. I think if this closes bearish, there's a higher probability for the next 15-minute, which is going to be the NY Open, to continue pushing down, provided it respects this area as resistance. So this could be your stop loss area right over here. If the low of the previous 30-minute candle is broken in the next 15-minute candle, is there a chance it will continue down? See, now, the thing is, it has already moved down so much. I would want to see, if you're looking for, if I was looking for sells, I'll tell you what I would do. I would wait for some sort of a retracement and a resistance forming, and then I'd take a look for sells. Other than that, I wouldn't. All right, what's this? Took this trade based on a retest to continue down. Open one position. Once it started going down, 4% of profit. Okay, looks good. So you went in profits. Good trade. Very nice, very nice. Oh, this was a fake out trade here. Candle closed above the zone. Next candle closed with no wick on the top. Waited for sells. Entered over here. Secured 80%. Beautiful. See, someone took the sells while someone took the buys right here. Someone took the buys based on fibs, and someone took sells based on price action. So who do you think won? Price action. Oh, this trade was a loss. Oh, okay. See, what really helps me looking at charts is if there's clearly written win or a loss, so I know what to look for. So I'm going to look at this after the live stream, because we're live streaming right now, so we can't really do that. We can only look at, see, during the live streams, only send your analysis, like what you think is going to happen. The trades you've taken in the past, win or loss, send them to me privately, whatever, and we'll take a look at that there. Can you see what happened to my GGSL this morning during London time frame? Really confused why it was a loss. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This chart is, waiting for price to break. Nice. Have I set the next support correctly? Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Came down and it tapped your area. I wonder when Trump is gonna ban TikTok in the US. Let's see. They went from banning TikTok to buying TikTok.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Isn't Microsoft buying it?
Yeah. Yeah, and the Trump is saying we should get a cut of the TikTok deal. Trump's like, if Microsoft's gonna buy it, we want a little cut. Because we're trying to brokerage the deal. Oh man. Trump is the GOAT, man. It's gonna go for at least $1 billion, TikTok.
Trump's trying to do business deals from the White House because he's bored.
Yeah. I'm bored and I'm in the White House board. I'm bored and I'm in the White House board. Yeah, Trump probably woke up this morning, they're like, well, we can't ban it. We can probably get a cut out of it.
Well, yeah, he's thinking elections, right? You ban it, you create all these unhappy kids, and then you get unhappy voters, right?
Unhappy kids, but happy parents.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know most parents are also on TikTok, so they'll be pretty unhappy too. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is straight from the gulag. Resistance formed, entry at new low. Question, is analysis wrong? And mostly I take trades and analysis mostly like yours, but I still lose. What do you think the problem is? Entry at the new low. So you see, the problem with this is we don't know if it's a buy entry or it's a sell entry. We don't know that. We don't know where your stop is, where you take profit. A lot of things are missing from this chart. These zones are correct, but the key information is missing. And that was such a waste of time looking at this chart. You got to put some more context in it, right? I mean, look at this. Could this move be a clean move down? Zones drawn, easy to analyze. Look at this chart. So many nice labeling. If I took the time to read it, we'll understand what's happening here. Ooh, hit your stop loss above the candle. Oh, so this trade was taken early. Okay, I know when this trade was taken. This trade was taken right over here. I think after this trade got stopped out, which was unfortunate, I think you should have been looking at, okay, how could you give your trade a second chance? Yeah, I think that's something you could have done. How could you have given this trade a second chance? Otherwise, you're right, it was almost valid. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is gold, looking for a retest here to continue down. What's this over here? Man, I wonder why people try calling me on Instagram. You're getting blocked now. Ooh, looks like GP CAD, this candle closed bullish, didn't close bearish. See, this is why it's important to wait for candles to close. What do you think about the New World Order? Honestly, I don't know, I don't care about the New World Order. Good sells idea. No, this is a very bad sells idea. I think a good sells idea would be to wait for a resistance to form. Wait for some sort of resistance to form and then take a sell. This is a very bad trade idea. Watched your free video this weekend, has brought a lot more clarity to my trading and decision making. Oh, very nice, very nice. Do you think GJ is still going to drop? Yeah, I think GJ can still drop towards, 137,900. Ted spoke about this before. So, I mean, if you're looking for sells, you'd want to see some sort of a minor resistance forming and then continuing down because price made a low. Price made a low, it needs to retrace, create like a minor resistance, and then continue moving down. On the 30-minute, yeah, it could be on the 15-minute as well. It depends how it forms. Because not every resistance formed is perfect, right? So, see right here? I mean, if this breaks the low, it could continue moving down from here too. Right? So, this candle is about to close in 9 minutes, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. When you say wait for resistance to form, is the resistance formed on 15-minute good confirmation? It is, and then again, there's some sort of experience involved there as well. You need to see it. The problem with traders is, new traders, the biggest problem is that they see something and they're like, okay, it works all the time. You don't give it time to see, okay, like, how many times is this really working? Like how many times have you seen it played out and it has worked? You need to give that, experience time. Like you need to see some things happen over and over and over again. And that takes, a couple of months. It doesn't take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, it takes months. Because the same situation is not going to happen maybe in 2-3 days. So you have to wait for next week.
I think a lot of people, the biggest hurdle you'll find as a trader is you need to learn how to tell a story. And you need to learn how to put all the candles together to tell that story. On top of, where my zone is, where my support and resistance is, you have to be able to piece all those you have to put all those puzzle pieces together. And that's the toughest part about trading. A lot of people mark up a chart and they're like, well, it's just going to do this. And there is a percentage of the time that it does, but there's also a percentage of time that it doesn't. And I think as a new trader, you want to learn the percentage of the time that it doesn't, and you want to learn that why. And that why comes from experience in the charts. No one can teach you those whys. I compare it to like if you're going to call a play, if you're playing football. So we're playing American football just for people that are in Europe. It's not soccer. We're playing American football when we throw the ball. You're going to call a play and you're going to see that you're going to try and run that play. And then there's going to be a change in the defense. You can still run that play, but you have to understand that change in defense is going to affect when you throw the ball. So you may not be throwing the ball right away. You may have to wait 10 seconds before you throw the ball or throw the ball to the opposite side of the field. It doesn't mean what you're doing is incorrect. It means you've noticed a change in what's happening and you've adapted to that change. And it's the same thing with trading. You'll look here, you know, this 30-minute candle, you know, we talked about this 30-minute candle. It was ripping up and down, right? It still hasn't really done anything, but we're safe to say that this is probably going to be the resistance level now, right? If we're going to continue going down, where chances are we're not going to break above this level here. So now I can start to plan my trade and say, okay, if the next candle closes up over here as an example, and it's a little bit lower than this current candle here, I'm pretty safe to take trades to go down, but I still have to be mindful of this resistance level here at this point because of that candle, the way it's forming. But now, where's my comfort level lie? We're coming close to the end of the hour, so maybe the next hour we're going to get a continuation and it's going to fill this zone, fill this wick over here, and then we're done, or it's going to continue to move further down. But I'm planning my trade now based on the way that this zone is forming. So now I can put myself in a position and say that this area here is a zone. So at any given point, as a candle comes up, it can come up through this zone. Technically the candle could come up to this high. So we could have a wick go up to this high, but if the candle closes below this area over here, then we're continuing down. So this is where you have to be careful. Whereas one candle isn't a change in direction, even though we broke this resistance or broke out of this zone here, the fact that the candle closes back down under here, we're safe. So this is what you have to remember. So that's why a lot of times when you take trades, you want to take trades down below here. You don't want to get involved in here because we could still pop up and then continue to go further down. But this is experience that you know, these are things that you learn through experience and, you know, understanding how GJ moves. A perfect example is this area right over here. So let me change my color. This area right over here. Right? So if we look at this area right over here as an example, we think that this is resistance, but look, we have this one candle right over here that pops up a little bit higher before it starts to go down. That doesn't mean that we've changed direction. It just means that we have a little bit of a pop. So knowing that, there could be the same situation that happens over here. We might have a little bit of a pop up before we go further down at that point. So always keep that in mind and understand exactly what's happening in the charts and learn to adapt. Even though you say, well, Ted, this is resistance. Look, this candle broke, I got stopped out. Well, yeah, there is a high probability that you would have got stopped out if you put your stop right at the top of those candles. So maybe we're not doing that, and what we're doing is we're waiting for candles to start to close below that resistance and then start taking the trade instead of trying to take a trade over here and guess, well, we're just going to continue going further down. Because essentially what happened over here, I know what people were thinking was this candle, however it was moving, we're going to continue down and we're going to fill this area over here, right? A lot of people would have said that. This candle pops up and now it starts to drop and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to put a stop over here. This is where you actually start to get that move to start to continue going down. But over here, that's not safe because you have, you know, you still have bullish candles. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for this bearish candle and then essentially this bearish candle here. So you get that clean move all the way to the downside. The thing that give it away for you is you have a wick here that's now lower than your resistance. So you could essentially say, this is my resistance, or this is my stop, or, you know, my risk, this area here, and then this is my reward to this area over here. So you have a positive risk to reward, and then as it starts to continue. So the same thing is going to happen here. This is going to be my risk more than likely, this area here, and then this is going to be my reward. So that's what I would be aiming for as a trader if we're going to move to the next level and you're going to start to evaluate where I can take my next possible sell. And we have this clean traffic right over here once we break through this level here. So that's how you would plan this out, understanding and reviewing information based on what happened here. Chances are will happen over here. So this will be here, that'll mimic, and then this here will mimic over here. So that'll help give you a little bit of insight and you'll be able to plan accordingly for a drop if GJ does decide to move down.
15-minute close be a good sell for GJ. We gotta wait for his 30-minute to close, which is closing bullish. Can we target 50 pips using the impulse entries? Yeah, you can target 100 pips with that. You can target whatever pips you want, but make sure you have a stop loss. What's this? USD SEK retest. Would this be a target? Yeah, looks good. I mean, if you form a support, there's a opportunity for price to continue moving up. Do you have any spots left for London boot camp? I have 2 left. 2. We have 2 left. Is this GJ? Okay, someone sent a setup here on GJ. Let's take a look here. GJ 15-minute need to be retested to make a sell. Yep, that's true. Looking on the 15-minute, we're rejecting. 30-minute is closing bullish, so you will need to look for like a minor resistance forming to continue moving down. Why is your course so expensive? I don't have a course. I don't have courses. Clean traffic to the left. Candle closed bearish indicating sells. Resistance formed. If this candle closed bullish, next candle starts to break the low, it's a sell, considered a good trade. Yes. In general, do traders suffer because of analysis or managing a trade? I think it's managing the trade. When you take a trade, you need to learn how to manage it. See, this candle has now closed bullish. A low has been formed. Now, 2 things are going to happen when a low has been formed. 1, this low is going to get broken and price will continue moving bearish. You know, this is the problem area you may run into. Or price will come up, create like a minor resistance, and then continue down to retest the low and hopefully continue moving bearish. So now you got a little bit of a waiting involved. Alright, let's take a look at this chart. This is Euro New Zealand, looking for support to form at any of these areas. Okay, do you think it's a good idea to wait for a solid 30-minute? I think a 30-minute candle closing bullish, it's still good enough. If you have a 30-minute candle closing bullish over here, could still work out. If you had a runner and 30-minute close bullish, would you close? Humayun, that's up to you. That's up to you whether you want to bring your stops down here, you want to close position, you want to leave a runner running. That's totally up to you. I cannot advise on whether to close positions or open position. That's trade management, and trade management is something you have to learn over time. We can give you ideas, you know, you can maybe close 90%, close 80%, leave the rest running. You know, who knows? I mean, if you leave a runner running and we do respect this area as like a resistance, and price runs down, then you have a runner running for like, you know, large amount of pips. But if you get stopped out, then you get stopped out. You know, you come back tomorrow and try again. I really tested my patience today, waiting since Monty's live stream. Oh, nice. Waiting is when you get paid, man. And sometimes looking at this move, this is so nice, you know, because this happened right over here when we came to the streams. This happened during the NY, pre-NY. So we were correct. Pre-NY, London came down, then we ranged. Pre-NY started moving down bearish. Would you take this GG trade if it's a booby trap setup? No, I already took a trade. I'm not going to take this trade. I probably want this 30-minute candle to close bearish, and then I might want to take a trade on the second 30-minute candle if I didn't take a trade. But since I did, I'm not even thinking about that because that's not the reality. The reality is, the thing is, we have to stick to reality, right? The reality is I took the trade, so I'm not looking for another trade.
Everybody's gonna get trapped in that area. I can't wait.
Yeah, this is tricky.
This is the gulag trading right over here. They see a single candle. Oh, it's sell time. Time to take a sell. This candle over here, if it's gonna move, it's gonna move all the way to here. So you got lots of time. You're not gonna miss anything. This is your move right over here. This is not the move. This is not the move here. You don't have to worry about that. This is your move. Okay? So if you're waiting, be patient. Let the candle set up. You may have to move into your 15-minute and 5-minute frames over here to get a better entry as it pops up and to continue to go down. But this is not your move here. If you're in there, that's great. You can place your stop over here. But don't worry, there's lots of time for you to get into that trade. Just watch your smaller time frames if you're really invested into getting into this trade. So you make your choice, but also understand your risk, right? So this could be your risk over here, up here. This will be your risk, or this could be the risk, and then this is your reward down over to here. So just make your choices. That's all.
Why am I using low lot sizes? Because I choose to. Yeah, I decided to really lower the risk. Hey, sorry to bother you. Oh, you're not bothering me at all. But do you think you can help me out, please? I can't seem to find out how to register for ECN account with Traders Domain. I re-registered 3 accounts, but they're all standard because I don't see option for ECN account. I think the best thing to do is to contact support. Yeah, I think you need to contact support.
You have to actually click the drop-down menu when you open an account. There's multiple options. There's Islamic, ECN netting, standard. There's a lot of accounts. So you have to actually select the drop-down menu of the accounts, not just select the first one that you open on MT4, MT5. So there you go, there's support. How did I balance work and trading? Traded before I left for work. I started work at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, so I was able to trade right now and then just head off to work. What would the confirm of the sell would be? Well, like I said, you have to go into the smaller time frames, look for a candle over in this area, rejecting up and then driving down, and then matching up where your risk would be. So this would be your risk, all this over here, and this would be your reward.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like when you create an account, there's literally a drop down. Create live account. Underneath there's a drop down. It asks you what do you want.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally right there, Daniel. Time to send Daniel to the gulag. All right, hold on. First time on the live stream, so take you use a break and retest strategy. Basically, we see how the candles are forming, and then based on those formations, we look to see if this is going to be a sell or a buy, and then we look for destination, and then we wait for price to go to that destination. Is the magic keys wireless? Cause I ain't got no Bluetooth. Oh, don't worry, it's still gonna work. Ooh, looks like GP Cat is late to the race in the cells here. And I'm getting a runny nose. I'm getting symptoms of flu. So I don't know if this is the C word symptoms or the flu symptoms. How do you determine? How do you determine that? You can't. You can't, man. And when the flu season comes around, oh boy, oh boy. Take a shot of 1942. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. So anyone who's coming to my house today, you know who you are. You're gonna get some 1942s this morning.
Man, oh man.
You know how crazy it's been in the grocery store having to cough these days? It's like, smoke, leave me alone. Yeah, it's like, you seen that movie Contagion? It's just like that. As soon as someone starts coughing, you're like, oh, what's going on here? Why are you coughing so loud? Yeah, I guess the trade was the sells here this morning. We took at, well, I took at 138.360. Got like 10, 11 pips, and that's about it. Could have had a runner running, but you know, first day back, it is what it is. All right. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is, ooh, you're New Zealand sell. Price closed below the support, created a wick. You took the sell. Stop loss was here. I think you can put stops at break even. Beautiful. How accurate is the currency strength meter? It's not accurate at all. It's a big joke, so don't take it seriously. Why didn't this trade go bullish? All right, let's take a look here. I guess because it went bearish, right? Let's see here. GP CAD went above previous candle. If it loses bullish, I'm buying. Oh, because the candles, man, the candles aren't closing. You look at this candle, close bullish, close like a minor bearish candle. This candle closed bullish. This candle closed bullish. This candle did a deeper retracement. And when candles do deep retracements, it is what it is, you know. Then you start looking at the higher time frame. If you took it on the 15 minute, you got stopped out because the stop was below the candle. So you say, okay, 15 minute is a weak confirmation time frame. Maybe this is why it didn't work. You go to 30 minute. 30 minute, also if your stop was down over here, you got stopped out. Then you're like, okay, it's a even weaker confirmation time frame. So you then go to the higher time frame and see what's happening there. You go to the 1 hour, and 1 hour you see that it still respected the low over here. So maybe the next day you come in and then you say, okay, maybe next time I'm going to keep it at, like, you know, the 1 hour. And if price does break the 30 minute or the 15 minute, I may not close the entire thing. I may just close like a, you know, a little bit of a portion of it, maybe 90% or 80%, something like that. I've lost confidence in myself. I blew 10,000 accounts twice. Made 18,002 though. No, you didn't make 18,000. You blew 20,000. You didn't make shit. If you withdrew money, then you made money. But if you took the account to 18,000 and lost it again, you didn't make anything. You just lost money.
I like that one, Roger.
Yeah, you know, because like a lot of times people tell me, hey man, I made 5,000, but I blew the account. I'm like, no, you didn't make fuck all. You just lost money. Making
I keep
money
telling
is,
every,
yeah, you know.
keep telling everyone there's if you want to compound your account, there the best way to compound it is withdraw.
Mm,
You know, you're not going to get penalized because you withdraw half your profit. You're still compounding your account. It's still growing. But the moment that you don't withdraw and you lose everything, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, he withdrew 18,000. Yeah, that's perfect then.
Okay, so you're down 2,000.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we were missing that information there. Yeah, someone's saying I have an aimbot running on my charts. You know when you play Call of Duty and you want to cheat, you use aimbots. Aimbots are like the thing is gonna aim at the enemy automatically, and then you just click. So it's like here, aimbots. When price comes to a point where you need to take an entry, aimbot just like clicks the trade in. Imagine you can make a bot like that, that whenever it's time to take the perfect trade, it just opens your entry right there. It's like a cheating. May I ask why you guys believe in withdrawals for compounding as if to feel the realness? Yeah, I mean when you withdraw money, that feels real. That is real. Like I withdrew 25,000 Friday, you know. To me, man, it's gonna come in maybe this evening or tomorrow, and it's going to be real. You know, I'm not going to keep money. So my biggest mistake was that I would keep money in the account, and I would say, okay, you know what, I'm compounding the account, and I'm going to compound the account to a certain amount. Let's say if I start with $1,000, I'd say, okay, I would compound this to 3,000, and then I would withdraw. No, it never got to that point. You know, it'll get to 2,000, 2,500, and it'll come back down. You know, so then I say, okay, you know what? I'm going to keep withdrawing every 2 weeks, or I'm going to start withdrawing every week. So when you start withdrawing every week, man, you start chasing those withdrawals. The thing about compounding is that you've heard a lot of people talk about compounding on Instagram. You got your gurus, you got guys with, you know, nice cars and nice vacations and girls or guys, whatever, right? They all talk about compound account, compound, 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 but no withdrawals. You know, you need to start withdrawing money. Compounding doesn't make sense if you're not withdrawing, basically. You know, like if you withdraw every week, you withdraw every 2 weeks, you start chasing those withdrawals. Then you don't chase compounds, you chase withdrawals because those withdrawals come to your account and you can use that money towards something to buy a gift to your wife or your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to do. You know, it's really important to withdraw money and like feel it. The feeling of having real money is amazing, man. I've been chasing, here's a big example. I've been chasing withdrawals for the past 3 years. I've been chasing withdrawals. I chased withdrawals so much that those withdrawals got me home. What else I can say to that? Nothing. That's it.
So I have a question for everyone out there.
Mm.
If I started with a $10,000 account, right? And at the end of the week, I'm up $15,000, right? And I withdraw 99.5 of my profits. Am I compounding my account? And I'm doing that for the entire year.
I don't know about
I
compounding
see.
account, but I know you're making 5,000.
All right. So if I withdraw, well, let's not do percentage. If I'm up $5,000 and I took out $4,995, am I compounding my account?
Yes.
Exactly. Because my starting balance is not 10,000 anymore when I withdraw.
Yes. It's $10,005.
Exactly. So I'm still compounding my account. So those gurus that's telling you that don't withdraw, compound, withdraw and still compound your account. Just come up with the method that works best for you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
Oh.
Every year I reset my account, and I compound my account every year. Every year I reset my account.
Ooh, Bobby Shmurda is getting out tomorrow. I got a question about compounding and withdraw. Example, I'm a new trader and maybe I lost 20% in the first few months from $100 to $80. As I get consistent, do I try to compound my account to $100 or do I still do withdraw? You still do withdraw. Well, you can still do withdraw. The thing is, if you've lost money, you can't continue on your days thinking about I gotta make that money back. You can't think like that because if you keep on thinking I gotta make money back, you're thinking about the past. You're living in the past. You gotta start living in the future. You gotta start looking to see that okay, if you've lost money, that's fine, perfect. How can you do well today? How can you do well tomorrow? You know, that's something you should be looking at all the time. Yeah, how can you do well? Watch the next 30-minute candle. Yeah, if this one closes strong
Yep.
bearish, yeah.
We're going downtown.
Going downtown. Here is where I have issues to identify whether I should wait for a new candle or open the sell if the current candle pushes lower. Supposing the current candle pushes lower, should you consider to open an impulsive sell? Yeah, see now, you would want this candle to close bearish, and the only thing you're looking at is your stop loss, right? Where your stop is going to be. Your stop is going to be right over here. That's where your stop is going to be. Whether you take an entry over here, whether you take an entry over here, you wait for a next candle to open, you wait for a next candle to close, your stop loss is going to be right over here. And based on your entry, that's going to determine the size of your stop loss. You know, so if you're unsure, you just take a paper trade, you keep it in your head and you watch it run. If it runs perfect, you wait for it to happen the next time. You know, but if you're confident, you take an entry, you keep your stop up there and you let it run either way. You know, then you know how much you're going to risk and you're okay with that loss. And if you take this trade and this trade comes up to a loss, it is what it is, you know, it's a loss. But if the next candle continues moving down, then you're like, okay, you know what, my analysis was correct. That's trading. Man, I wasn't feeling the symptoms of C word until I started drinking this Oasis mango juice. Yesterday I had like 5 boxes.
Wow.
This morning I woke up.
All the symptoms are because of the moving, you know,
Yeah, probably.
the dust going from one place to another,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, true.
moving things around. I'm feeling the same way, to be honest.
Are you moving?
No, my friend did.
Oh.
I help her. Yeah.
I don't know about the States, man. Every other person has it. So it can't be that, bro. I'm telling you. Plus, you're older too. Damn, high risk.
Come on, man. Oh man.
Invite Carter FX to the live stream. Man, if we invite Brandon Carter to the live stream, he's gonna start telling us about his sales. He does like 10 sales a week. Market makers are on holiday until Christmas. Oh, nice. Yeah, gold is still ranging here. Got to time entries right because drawdowns will drive you crazy. Yeah, drawdowns will only drive you crazy if you don't know how much you're risking. Drawdowns never drive me crazy. I mean, I take losses too. They never drive me crazy because I know exactly how much I'm risking. If you don't know how much you're risking, drawdowns will drive you crazy all the time. You know, and if you're over trading, drawdowns will drive you crazy. If you're over risking, drawdowns will drive you crazy. It's really easy. What's your advice when there are multiple zones, support resistance, like gold has multiple zones and it's hard to trade? If it's hard to trade, then don't trade. I looked at gold, it's hard to trade. I like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to look at gold again. So that's it. If you only trade gold and it's hard to trade, maybe you got to wait for next day. What's the biggest purchase you made thanks to Forex? I bought heaven. I bought heaven for 50 million. Is that what you wanted to hear? I bought heaven. The heaven has been bought. You should invite my FX journey. If I invite my FX journey, the biggest question we're gonna ask her are gonna be those $1 million she blew. And everyone forgot about it. Everybody on social media forgot about it. Some people we can't invite on the live streams because for their own safety. You know, because people get roasted, man. For their own
Yeah.
safety, can't have certain people on the live streams.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it roasted. I would just say calling out the elephant in the room, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think we can do that. Yeah, let me send a text right now.
You know,
Oh man,
because
bro.
You're not gonna
it
do it.
is what it is, man. It is what it is. Because maybe they have, you know.
Kivan, you're looking on GJ sales right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I think
You
next
too,
candle
Ted.
should continue down.
Yeah.
That mini support Roger have there on the 15 minutes, like I think that's a mini 15 minutes support right there. We
Mhm.
should break it. But maybe for New York, maybe for equity market open, some more volatility comes in.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, easy target, man. 138 flat should be an easy target. It's only 7 or 10 pips from there. There's a lot of juice to the downside.
Yeah. Plus, this is looking like it's rejection off the weekly level. So we'll see. Today's the second day, but you know what I mean.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Someone said double top on the 15 minute on the 4 hour. Yeah.
Ooh, Instagram did an update over here. You know what Trump should do? Trump should ban Instagram and should ban TikTok. So we all can come over here in YouTube.
Oh man, it'd be chaos. But doesn't YouTube has the same thing like the stories, like Instagram and stuff like that?
Mhm. Very few people use it.
Oh, okay. What happened is YouTube should have bought purchase Instagram. That's what should have happened.
Okay, what's this? Someone is looking for sells over here on GJ as well. Okay, should look good. This area should break. This area should break right over here for price to continue moving down. This 30-minute candle in GJ is a good sell idea, Raja. Yeah, I mean, if you have a stop loss here, it should continue down. The volume in NY should push price below 138.060 if you have a stop right over here. I'm saying this again and again. You know, have a stop loss, make sure your stop is there, make sure you know exactly how much you're risking, and just be aware that price may bounce from this area. Just be aware of that. I took a sell right over here, and this sell worked out. Is this a good example of a big stop loss and small 10 pip profit? Jonathan, I think you need to send a chart. You need to send a chart so we know what you're looking at, where your zones are, and stuff like that. So that's really important. I mean, if you take a stop here, now you have a 13, 14 pip stop. I was talking about this when candle was moving. We were talking about this. If you take an entry here, your stop is going to be 14 pips. If you take an entry if you had an entry here, your stop would have been smaller. You know, so if you're not confident in this trade, don't take this trade. You know, whoever who's not confident in this trade, don't take the trade. Just sit back and watch it form. If it does run down, then you can make a note and you can say, okay, you know what? I saw this, it happened. Maybe next time it's going to happen again, and then I'm going to execute on the trade at that time. You know, so it's perfectly fine if you were to miss the trades. You know, your biggest losses are going to come from with you taking the trade and you, like, you know, fearing of missing out the trade. You know, that's where your biggest losses are going to come from. I took the trade right over here. When this low got broken, I took the trade. Stop loss was here. We had a clean move down here on the left. I targeted this area. My stop was around, you know, 10 pips. TP was around 10, 11 pips, and price came down, and I called it a day. You know, so the problem here is you have support here. This is resistance formed. This is an area of consolidation, and you have a problem right over here. You know, if you have an entry over here, I think you're still in the trade, and there's a chance for it to continue down. But if you're taking an entry over here and you are fearful that your stop is too big, then don't take the trade. It's very simple. But be okay with missing trades. It's the most frustrating thing, you know. Just be okay when you're missing trades, man. Be okay with that. It's okay to miss trades. I miss trades all the time. But you can learn from those trades. You're such a bully. I'm not a bully, man. The market is a bully. If you think I'm a bully, don't trade. Stop trading.
Oh man.
Like, the market is the real bully. The market takes your money away, doesn't say sorry to you either. You know, just
100%.
yeah. Man, I just say things how it is. I don't sugarcoat things. I don't pat on your head and say no, it's okay. Man, if you're gonna take a bad trade, I'll call you out on it. That's it. And if you like it, you like it. You don't like it, you can leave the stream.
One thing I love about this stream, man, it's not corporate America, man. It's not political or anything. You just talk how you feel. No, you don't have to worry about being penalized or, oh my God, you're gonna get banned.
Yeah.
Imagine if Roger was hosted by NBC or one of these big networks. Oh man, this stream be offline the first day.
Yeah.
Bloomingdale. Boycott Bloomingdale. So they fire Roger.
Ooh.
Okay, senoritas.
Yeah.
Heading-
Now it's running.
We're heading down.
TP shouldn't be 10 pips. I mean, you had got clean candidates with of like Ted broke this down for 15 minutes. The whole thing.
I know I do it and people don't listen.
Yeah.
Sweet.
No, I'm not in this trade. I already took my trade and that was about it.
Yeah, we talked about this. Remember, I think we talked about this would be your risk. Take a trade below here, and then they would just be here. People took trades up here. Great. You took the smallest amount of risk you could take, and now it's going down. And this should finish off in this area here. Either this half hour or the next half hour, we should get a drop to the end. So just be patient.
These are like the perfect setups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, it'll start. I think right around 138, you'll have a little bit of a rejection because you have this area here that you're coming into. But once we break through that, we should be good as we continue for this half hour. It's just going to be a little choppy, but if your stop, let's put it this way, if your stop is over here or now even over here, I think you'd be good. You should be able to continue going down. I mean, we talked about this enough that this is going on, and then all you're doing is you're watching your higher time frames. Like if you're watching the hour chart now, the hour chart, you should be good till like 137.930. That's where you should be, 137.930, which brings you right over to here, which gets you just before this zone over here, which will probably bang out there. So once you get into this region here, which is your zone, once you get into this area here, that's where you have to sort of make your decisions. Be like, hey, are we going to continue right to this drop? Probably. But if you get to here, you could be okay too. That's a safe trade. The other thing is here, looking at this size of this candle here. So what you could do is you could say, I'm just going to mirror that bullish candle, and I'll stop out right there at like 137.860, right? But as it stands right now, it's moving exactly the way we wanted it to, and we have that confirmation of that push down. As we come into the new 15-minute candle, you might find that there might be a little bit of a pullback. So if you took a trade on the beginning of this 15-minute candle, you're probably deep in profit, so you could evaluate, hey, do I want to leave it for the end of the hour, or do I want to get out before the end of the hour? But if you're looking, chances are we're going to probably hit this target down here. It's pretty straightforward.
Let's take a look at this chart here. This is, can't see nothing here. Stop loss down of the 1 hour candle, take profits. Oh, you got stopped out here? Yeah, it is what it is. You got stopped out, entry was here, this candle went up, should have closed positions in profits or whatever, stops at break even. I mean, you see this text is overlapping the candles, right? So can't see anything there. When you send charts, just like look at the chart 4 or 5 times and see if someone will be able to read them or not. Will it fill the 4 hour on the left? Not sure about the 4 hour, but looking at the clean candles here, I think it should continue down towards, like 930 or even 860 down here.
All right. I'm closing half, as you can see here.
Oh, magic keys.
Closing half. Yeah, man. Beautiful trade. Thank you so much, Ted.
No problem. Yeah, people
Now,
ask all the time. They ask like, why don't I keep taking trades? I've already done my trade for the day. I don't need to make any more, but this is for people that are looking for additional trades. It's just to help you, to guide your eyes. I mean, I can sit here and call trades all day. It doesn't mean I want to take them. And it doesn't mean that they're wrong or I'm not confident in them. It just means I did my trade for the day today. And it was the exact same sort of idea. I had the trade up here, this candle over here. It's the exact same idea as this candle over here, right? So you're just repeating the same idea. And as we come into this area over here, you can see it's sort of lining up with the end of the 15-minute candle. So here is maybe where you might want to, move your stop to above break even in profits. Maybe take profit at this point because we're coming to this area here, this initial zone. So, think about what you want to do. And as you're trading, these are things, as you grow as a trader and as you do this more often, it's pretty straightforward. Like you can see when people ask me, they're like, well, how do you have all these wins and barely any losses? It's because I do the exact same thing all the time. You can see this trade, we called it out. I mean, I do the exact same thing on my own. I mean, I can do it in front of people or I can do it on my own. I'm looking for high probability setups that are nice and clean. Maybe it's one 15-minute candle, maybe it's one 30-minute candle, and that's it. It's pretty hard to lose. I mean, to be honest, when you look at the way that this candle formed, I mean, what did we say? We said for 30 minutes, like once we break below this area here, this is your trade, right? And then, your stop would be here. At this point, your stop is over here, even now over here. This was all risk-free. There was no drawdown. You could close this at like 8 pips or, even 10 pips now and just be like, yeah, I took a trade with really no risk. It's really what your comfort level is. The problem is most new traders, they won't accept that this is the move or that this is the move. Like they won't accept that, right? What they'll do is they'll say, well, I have to hold it now all the way down to here. It's like, you don't have to. You can close anytime. You can see we're coming to that first pivot point right there. You can close. Take it, call it a day. We're coming right to the end. There's a zone right there. You can close right there. You can close right here. There's so much you can do with the trade. The problem is your ego and what you think other people are thinking of you hurts your trade. That's the problem. I guarantee you, everything that you do with trading is all mental, and you're constantly worried about what someone would think. Oh, but I closed over here, Ted. Am I doing bad? No, you're doing fine. That's where you're comfortable. Yeah. Raja closed up over here. Like, he's not sitting here going, oh man, I missed all this. Who cares? He did his trade. He made his money. Like, you have to get rid of the ego. You have to get rid of that idea of that you have to impress other people with your ability. That nobody cares. If as a trader to another trader, the only thing I care about with your trading, was it successful? I don't care about your lot size. I don't care about how many pips you got. All I care about is, did you do something that was positive with your account? That's all I care about. People message me every day. Oh, thank you for this. Thank you for that. That's great. Your only job in trading is to have positive processes. So the process that you take, make sure it's positive. That's it. Doesn't matter if it's 3 pips, 5 pips, 10 pips, 100 pips. That's irrelevant. Was the process positive? That's it. That's all you're doing with trading every single day, having a positive outcome.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Price is moving down. Tells like, well, you can close right here. You can close here. You can close here. You can keep on closing.
Just keep going. Yeah, they just keep going.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful trade. I mean, if for all the people in the Gulag, if you've been watching this stream for the last 6 months, you're gonna find this move. It's over and over and over again. I mean, it's so easy to make these trades. If you take notes, you're gonna find this trade repeats itself like 2 or 3 times a month easily.
Yeah, And it's true because I mean we do this enough where we understand momentum and we understand where the candle structure is. Like right now we're hitting an hourly zone. There's an hourly zone to the left. You can see where we're tapping. If anybody can't see that, this is a good idea for you to has a learning experience. We're tapping this zone. Okay, so we've tapped this zone. We initially said that our target would be 137,930. So we hit the 137,930. The reason why we would be closing here is because we're unsure of what's happening in this area. That's it. Maybe it continues to go down. We don't know. But the thing is, where am I comfortable? I'm comfortable with this position here, coming to that zone. So from here to here, I could say, looking to the left, we had this. Looking over here, we had this. And once again, we have the exact same maneuver that happened over and over again. So, as you start to trade more often, you get the same information every single time.
Man, I can't believe these streams are live and they're free. Free, 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 free.
Stress-free trading.
Stress-free trading. Literally. Today was another example of stress-free trading.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine? I was so tired. I woke up really late because my back is killing me. So I see this setup, and Ted was describing what to expect on this move. So basically, I took the trade with all confidence. In probably 1 hour, I was watching the streaming. I got in profits, and I'm done for the day. So now I have basically the rest of the day to enjoy myself with my family. It's a stress-free trading.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of times too, people are having you have to get used to the fact that this was your trade. Like if you did a 0.01 lot here, this was the trade. Like you have to accept that. And what you have to say is, okay, today's Tuesday. I'm going to come back Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and try and find an identical opportunity like this with my 0.01. And next week, I'm going to move to 0.02. The week after, I'm going to move to 0.03. And I'm going to keep doing this. And I know eventually I'm going to get up to 0.1. I'm going to get up to 1.0. I'm going to get up to 10.0. Like I'm going to get up to that point. But it starts with this, because this is the trade. This is all the market was giving us today, right? In this instance, in this 30-minute candle, this is what the market was giving. So you have to accept that. The issue with new traders is they're not accepting those trades. You're not accepting the easy wins, because the easy wins are only bringing you 50 cents. They're only bringing you $3. They're only going to bring you $5. You have to get used to that, because the same trade brought me $4,000 that would bring you $40 on your account, or bring you $4 on your account. It's all relative. You do the same thing over and over again and keep winning, your account grows. And you're not worried about, well, I only collected $4. It's like, no, I had another great trade. I won another trade. I've won 10 trades in a row. I've won 5 trades in a row. That's the attitude you have to start having, is winning a trade. Is not how much did I make on that trade, is I had a correct trade with no stress. It was very straightforward. I saw the move coming. I saw the exit coming. Everything was perfect. You have to keep doing that over and over again, because when you move to a dollar lot, or like a single like a standard lot trade, or a 10 lot trade, or a 100 lot trade, you have to have the same confidence, right? You don't hear me waver. I don't turn around and say, well, I don't know, guys, it looks pretty sketchy. No, this is where we should be going. This is the rationale why. I've seen this happen enough times. We don't call reversals. We don't call, this is going to go back the other way now and start taking buys when it's not, it sells. Do the straightforward thing and do it over and over again. And in 2 or 3 years, you'll see what Ted and Raja said. Yeah, we do very basic things. We're stupid. We don't know better. Yeah, that's it. That's all we do. But you know what? It works. It's been working for years. For 5 years, it's been working for me. For Raja, it's been working for 4 years, and he's even refined it more. This is even easier than what I taught him. Like, you can't go wrong with this stuff.
Have you worked in financial institutions before? Not me. Ted has.
Yeah, I have.
Stay dumb and stay perfect. Perfect.
Pretty much.
Stay dumb. Yeah, man. Like, it's dumb. People tell me every day the way you trade is so dumb. I'm like, I know. That's the way I like it.
But I don't understand why there's such a negative connotation behind doing straightforward trading like this. There's nothing wrong with winning when it's easy. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like this is a market where it's so difficult to get money from. If you can figure out a way to just make it easier on yourself, you should be screaming that on the mountaintops. Like there should be no reason why you should ever make trading difficult or stressed on yourself. Like it makes no sense. You have all the freedom in the world. You're choosing how much you want to trade with. You're choosing when you want to trade. You're choosing why you want to trade. You're choosing how you want to trade. I don't know where the stress comes from. I mean, I do know where the stress comes from. The stress comes from the fact that there's probably 200 people here that want to post something on social media to tell people how good they are about something. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You honestly don't. When I started trading, I was trading and I was using my Instagram page as a journal. People were saying, well, why are you using 5 lot? Why are you using 10 lot? I didn't know better. I didn't care about that. Like I didn't understand why people were asking me those questions. I knew what I could do based on my financial resources and based on my comfort. And that's how I've always traded. I've always based my trades on my comfort. I mean, it's when I was 20, yeah, I didn't have $1 million to my name. So yeah, it would be different for me back then. But when I was 20, I was playing poker and I was playing with $1,000. I was playing with $2,000. I was playing with $500. It's the same as a trading account. And yeah, there would be days I would make $500 and there would be days that I would lose $500 playing poker. It's the same thing with trading. But I started to realize, hey, wait a second, I shouldn't go to that poker game because it's too hard for me. I keep losing money. Not, well, I need to beat it because I have an ego. Like it makes no sense. Why would I donate money to people? It's the same thing in the market. Why am I going to trade the Asian session when it ranges just to say that I got to trade in the Asian session? Who cares? Come in the North American session, wake up, take a trade, call it a day. Who cares what goes on the Asian session? The Asian session can rip 10 million pips in one minute and people could become millionaires overnight. It wouldn't bother me. It's what am I comfortable with? What can I do over and over to be successful? That's all you're looking at. I don't care what anybody says. Don't care what anybody thinks. People can talk, oh, Raja doesn't do this. Ted doesn't do that. It's irrelevant. You're not paying my bills. Trust me, I'm not getting paid from YouTube to sit here at 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing this because I have nothing better to do. 9:30 rolls around, I start my day, I do other things. I go to the gym, I work on my other businesses, I do other things. Here, this is free time. I'm up anyways. So instead of lying around in bed doing nothing, I'm doing something. That's it. So you want to learn how to trade? Sure, here's a trade. Yeah,
Hey man,
work, great.
Australia, I messaged you a couple times. Watching a lot of your videos, so thank you.
Oh wow. Looks like Chiche is gonna be one of those days that Tuesday or Wednesday moves a lot.
Yeah.
Once we break below 137, 750, man, it's probably going to 137, 400. Still a lot of juice to the downside.
A lot of juice, man.
A lot of juice. This thing moved 24 pips, this candle.
Yeah.
from this morning when we came on, it has moved almost 50 pips. Yeah, oh damn, 50 pips. Beautiful, beautiful move today.
Yeah, because usually when GJ closed, you know, those heavy, nice bearish or bullish candles on 4 hour, you barely have any retracement. The move is just continues the same direction.
Yeah,
So if this 4 hour close like a hella bearish, man,
damn.
god damn.
Yeah, we look like you're about to fill the previous day wick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4-hour wick is right there, 137.750. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take a look at your JPY. Let's see how the Fibonacci's are doing there. Not good, man. Not good. God damn. Fibonacci don't work over here. Well, they do work in case someone gets offended. But you needed candles to be on your side, basically, right?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that fake out. Perfect fake out. That was the
Man,
great
look at
example.
gold. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Gold look nasty.
Gold is running around with a dildo today, man.
Yeah. In both hands.
In both hands, yeah. Kaka, kaka. Take a sell, ka. Take a buy, ka. Take a buy, sell, ka. Um. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at this again. So this was the entry right here at Fibonacci's. Not a good entry, man. The candles were not in your favor at all over here. I saw this, I was like, nope. This was a good entry here when the support was formed, not over here. So I guess we learned something today.
Also, you don't take entries on any pair with Fibonacci at 50%.
Oh,
Never.
oh, there you go, I guess.
Daniel Savage is not here, so he'll
Yeah,
tell you to look at.
No.
maybe they were drawn wrong. I don't know. I'm not an
Yeah.
expert on Fibonacci's anymore.
Go to the daily.
The daily.
Cause yeah, that trades.
Nice. Well,
So that's it.
yeah, I'm gonna head off over here. This is the time for me to go. Hope everyone had a good session, good trades. If you did, like the stream, just like it, like that button, so everyone can learn from it too. Yeah, clapping for Kervin Papa.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Raja. Thank you so much, Ted. Everybody.
Thank you, Ted.
Join
Thank you,
us.
Raja.
Thank you.
Alright, enjoy,
here,
guys.
We're here every day. If you want to leave some tips in the tip jar, you can.
Hey, Ted, I'll send you a hat as for a tip.
What?
I'll send you a hat as for a tip.
Okay, I don't care. I was just joking. I think you know what? I think this is it's a great opportunity for everybody. You know what? If you missed today's trades, go back and watch the live stream. I think we mapped these out several times. So do your best to review some of this stuff. And this was an easy trade. So, you know, take advantage. I know there's a couple of IG pages that take these trades live and actually have my commentary in it, and they do really well. So, you know, just really go and review. I mean, Tony, AKD, he took the trade from the top of that range. So it's, did good.
Nice.
But yeah, enjoy your day. I'm going to the gym too because I had to book my appointment.
All right, everybody. Have fun.
Very
See you
nice.
tomorrow.
Shukriya.
Thank
Take
you,
care,
guys.
everybody.
Alright, enjoy.
Adios. God damn.